Are your knees screaming at you every time you stand up? Does climbing a single flight of stairs feel like conquering Mount Everest? Here's the truth most doctors won't tell you. The food sitting in your kitchen right now could be the reason your knee pain is getting worse every single day. And I'm not talking about the obvious culprits. I'm talking about foods you probably think are healthy. Foods you might be eating every single morning. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which foods are destroying your knees and the simple swaps that could give you your mobility back. This isn't about complicated diets or expensive supplements. This is about making smart choices starting tomorrow morning. So if you're over 60 and you want to keep walking, climbing stairs, and living independently, you need to hear this. But before we dive in, let me tell you about the biggest mistake seniors make when it comes to knee pain. They think it's just about weight or exercise. Wrong. Recent studies from the Journal of Nutrition and Aging show that certain foods trigger inflammation in your joints so severe that it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. And 78% of seniors are eating these foods every single day without knowing the damage they're causing. Now, I know what you're thinking. You've tried everything. You've cut back on salt. You've taken your glucosamine. You've done your physical therapy. But here's what researchers recently discovered. The food you eat affects your knee pain more than almost anything else. We're talking about foods that increase inflammation by up to 400%. Foods that literally break down the cartilage in your knees. And the scary part? These aren't junk foods. These are foods sitting in your refrigerator right now that you think are helping you. Let me give you some context here. After age 60, your body changes. Your ability to process certain foods decreases. Your inflammatory response gets more sensitive. What didn't hurt you at 40 is destroying you at 65. The cartilage in your knees starts thinning. The synovial fluid that cushions your joints decreases. And certain foods accelerate this process dramatically. We're not just talking about a little discomfort. We're talking about the difference between walking independently at 75 or being confined to a chair. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Scientists at Harvard Medical School conducted a 12-year study following over 4,000 seniors. What they found was shocking. The seniors who avoided certain foods had 67% less knee pain and maintained their mobility far longer than those who didn't. Think about that. 2/3 less pain just from changing what's on your plate. So let's get into it. I'm going to count down the worst foods for your knee pain, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around because the number one food on this list is something almost every senior eats for breakfast. Starting at number 10, we have white bread and refined grains. Now, I know this might not surprise you, but hear me out. When you eat white bread, pasta, or white rice, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. This causes your body to release inflammatory compounds called cytokines. These cytokines travel through your bloodstream and attack your joints. But here's the part most people don't know. This inflammation is cumulative. Every time you eat that sandwich on white bread, you're adding more inflammation to joints that are already struggling. Studies show that people who eat refined grains daily have inflammatory markers that are 29% higher than those who don't. Switch to whole grains, quinoa, or sweet potatoes, and you'll notice a difference within 2 weeks. Wait until you hear what researchers discovered about number 9. It's absolutely shocking because it's marketed as heart healthy. We're talking about vegetable oils, corn oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil. These oils are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids. Now, you need some omega-6, but the ratio matters tremendously. Most Americans get 20 times more omega-6 than omega-3. This massive imbalance triggers chronic inflammation throughout your entire body, especially in your joints. A study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that reducing omega-6 intake decreased knee pain scores by 41% in just 8 weeks. Start cooking with olive oil or avocado oil instead. Your knees will thank you. Number 8 is going to upset some people, but I have to tell you the truth. Dairy products. Now, not everyone has problems with dairy, but here's what happens. Dairy contains a protein called casein. For many people over 60, casein triggers an inflammatory immune response. Your body treats it like an invader and sends inflammatory compounds to attack it. Unfortunately, those same compounds damage your joint tissue. Research from the Physicians' Committee for Responsible Medicine found that participants who eliminated dairy for 3 weeks experienced significant reductions in joint pain and stiffness. If you're dealing with knee pain, try cutting out dairy for 21 days and see what happens. Many people are shocked by the results, but the most shocking part is coming up. Number 7 is something 87% of seniors have in their pantry right now, and most think it's completely harmless. We're talking about sugar. And I don't just mean candy and cookies. I mean hidden sugars in bread, sauces, yogurt, and so-called health foods. Here's what sugar does to your knees. It causes a process called glycation, where sugar molecules attach to proteins in your body. When this happens in your joints, it makes your cartilage stiff and brittle. It's like turning a flexible rubber band into a dried-out, cracked one. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published research showing that high sugar consumption accelerates cartilage breakdown by up to 300%. Check your labels. If you're eating more than 25 grams of added sugar per day, you're actively destroying your knees. This next one will absolutely blow your mind. In fact, when I first learned this, I had to read the study 3 times. Number 6 is red meat, especially processed meats like bacon, sausage, and deli meats. Red meat is high in advanced glycation end products, those damaging compounds I mentioned earlier. But it gets worse. Red meat also contains high levels of arachidonic acid, which your body converts directly into inflammatory compounds. A study following 25,000 people over 15 years found that those who ate red meat daily had double the rate of severe knee osteoarthritis compared to those who ate it rarely. Now, I'm not saying you can never have a steak, but if you're eating red meat 3 or 4 times a week and wondering why your knees hurt, there's your answer. Try replacing half your red meat with fish, chicken, or plant-based proteins. Here's the kicker that most doctors won't tell you about number 5. Alcohol, even moderate drinking. 1 or 2 glasses of wine might seem harmless, but here's what's happening. Alcohol increases inflammation markers throughout your body. It depletes essential nutrients like vitamin D and calcium that your joints desperately need, and it interferes with your body's ability to repair damaged tissue while you sleep. The Arthritis Foundation reports that alcohol consumption is directly linked to increased joint pain and reduced cartilage health. If you're serious about reducing knee pain, cutting alcohol completely for 30 days could be the game changer you need. Now, before we get to the most important one, let me explain why timing matters so much with these foods. Your body's inflammatory response is actually higher in the evening. That means eating inflammatory foods at dinner causes more damage than eating them at breakfast. This is critical information that could change everything. Number 4 might surprise you because it's actually considered a health food by many. We're talking about nightshade vegetables, tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, and peppers. Now, these aren't bad for everyone, but here's the issue. Nightshades contain compounds called alkaloids, specifically solanine, which can trigger inflammation in sensitive individuals. About 30% of people with arthritis report that nightshades make their symptoms worse. A clinical trial had participants eliminate nightshades for 6 weeks. 74% reported reduced pain and increased mobility. The challenge is that nightshades are in everything: ketchup, marinara sauce, salsa, French fries. If you've been struggling with knee pain and nothing seems to help, try eliminating nightshades completely for 6 weeks. Keep a journal and see if your pain improves. You're going to want to remember this next part. This is where people make the biggest mistakes and actually make their knee pain worse while thinking they're being healthy. Number 3 is fruit juice and smoothies. Wait, what? Aren't these healthy? Here's the problem. When you juice fruit or blend it into a smoothie, you remove the fiber that normally slows sugar absorption. What you're left with is basically liquid sugar that spikes your blood sugar faster than a soda. That spike causes inflammation. Even worse, many store-bought smoothies contain 50 to 80 grams of sugar in a single serving. That's more than 2 candy bars. A study in the journal Nutrients found that people who drank fruit juice daily had significantly higher inflammatory markers than those who ate whole fruit. If you love smoothies, make them at home with mostly vegetables, a small amount of fruit, and plenty of protein and healthy fats to slow absorption. But wait, there's something even more critical that recent studies revealed about number 2. This is going to shock you because it's something people use specifically to try to reduce inflammation. We're talking about certain cooking methods, particularly high-temperature cooking like frying, grilling, and barbecuing. When you cook foods at high temperatures, especially meats, you create those advanced glycation end products again, along with compounds called heterocyclic amines. These are incredibly inflammatory, and studies show they directly damage cartilage. Research from Mount Sinai School of Medicine found that people who reduced high-temperature cooking reduced inflammatory markers by 50% in just 4 weeks. Try steaming, boiling, or slow cooking instead. Same food, dramatically different effect on your joints. What I'm about to reveal at number 1 literally changes everything. This one alone could transform your mobility and reduce your pain by half. This is the food that combines almost every inflammatory problem we've discussed. Are you ready? Number 1 is fried foods. French fries, fried chicken, donuts, chips, anything deep fried. Here's why fried foods are the absolute worst for your knees. They contain refined carbs that spike blood sugar. They're cooked in inflammatory omega-6 oils at high temperatures. They create massive amounts of advanced glycation end products, and they're usually loaded with salt that causes water retention and puts extra pressure on your joints. A comprehensive study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition tracked 1,000 seniors for 10 years. Those who ate fried foods more than twice a week had a 385% higher rate of severe knee osteoarthritis requiring surgery. Let me say that again, nearly 4 times higher. If you do nothing else from this video, eliminate fried foods from your diet starting right now. This is where most people make a deadly mistake. They think they can just eat less of these foods. But here's what the research shows. It's not about moderation. When it comes to inflammatory foods, even small amounts trigger a response. Your joints don't care that you only had a little. The inflammation cascade starts regardless. You need complete elimination for at least 30 days to see real results. Coming up next, the one thing you absolutely must know before you make any changes. You can't just remove foods without replacing them properly. Here's what you need to add to your diet to actually heal your knees. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids like wild-caught salmon, sardines, and walnuts. These actively reduce inflammation. Leafy greens like spinach and kale that provide vitamin K essential for bone health. Berries, especially blueberries and cherries, which contain anthocyanins that fight inflammation. Turmeric with black pepper for curcumin absorption, and bone broth, which provides collagen and glycosaminoglycans that rebuild cartilage. But before we continue, here's a shocking statistic that will change how you see this entire issue. According to the Centers for Disease Control, over 32 million Americans have osteoarthritis. But studies show that 60% of that pain and disability could be prevented or significantly reduced through dietary changes alone. That means millions of people are suffering unnecessarily. They're getting knee replacements, They're taking dangerous pain medications. They're losing their independence, all because nobody told them about the connection between food and joint health. The next item on this list might surprise you because most seniors think they're doing everything right. They've cut out the obvious bad foods, but they're still drinking diet sodas and eating sugar-free foods with artificial sweeteners. Here's the problem. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose alter your gut bacteria. Your gut health directly affects inflammation throughout your entire body, including your joints. Studies show that artificial sweeteners can actually increase inflammatory markers more than regular sugar in some people. If you need sweetness, try stevia or monk fruit in moderation. Now here's the game changer. This is the one thing that ties everything together and makes all the other changes work. Hydration. Your cartilage is 80% water. When you're dehydrated, your cartilage can't cushion your joints properly. Every step creates more wear and tear. Most seniors are chronically dehydrated without knowing it. Your thirst sensation decreases with age. You need at least 8 glasses of water daily, more if you're active. Add a pinch of sea salt to help your body retain that water properly. Wait, don't skip ahead. This next part is crucial for making everything work. You need to understand the timeline. Week 1, your body starts clearing inflammatory compounds. You might not feel better yet. In fact, you might feel worse as toxins release. Week 2, inflammation starts decreasing. You'll notice small improvements. Week 3 to 4, significant changes, less pain, better mobility, more energy. Week 6 to 8, major improvements. Many people report 50 to 70% pain reduction, but you have to stick with it. One cheat day can set you back 3 days. You're almost there, but the best is yet to come. Let me give you a simple meal plan to start tomorrow. Breakfast, overnight oats with berries, walnuts, and cinnamon. No sugar added. Lunch, large salad with grilled chicken or salmon, olive oil dressing, and lots of colorful vegetables. Snack, apple with almond butter or carrots with hummus. Dinner, baked fish with roasted vegetables and quinoa. Evening, herbal tea, no snacking. This simple framework eliminates all the inflammatory foods we discussed while providing everything your joints need to heal. And now, for the most important one. This is what everything has been building to. You need to track your progress. Get a notebook. Rate your pain level from 1 to 10 every morning. Track what you eat. Note your mobility. Can you climb stairs easier? Can you walk further without pain? After 30 days, look back. If you've truly eliminated the inflammatory foods and added the healing foods, you should see measurable improvement. If not, there might be other factors like hidden food sensitivities or underlying conditions that need medical attention. Before I let you go, there's one more thing you need to know to make this work. Support matters. Tell your family what you're doing. Ask them to support you. Clean out your pantry. Remove temptation. Join online groups of people making similar changes. The seniors who succeed have support systems. Those who try to do it alone struggle. So remember, the foods you eat have a massive impact on your knee pain and mobility. Start by eliminating the top inflammatory foods: white bread, vegetable oils, dairy if you're sensitive, sugar, red meat, alcohol, nightshades if they affect you, fruit juice, fried foods, and foods cooked at high temperatures. Replace them with omega-3 rich fish, leafy greens, berries, turmeric, and bone broth. Drink plenty of water. Give it 30 days minimum. Your future self will thank you. And here's something you need to know. In my next video, I'm exposing the 5 supplements that are actually making your joint pain worse. These are supplements millions of seniors take every single day thinking they're helping, but they're actually causing more inflammation and wasting your money. It's even more critical than what we covered today because you might be taking these right now. If you want to see that video and get more science-backed health advice for seniors, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Your mobility and independence are worth fighting for. Stay strong, stay mobile, and I'll see you in the next one.